Alright. I enjoyed rambling from work to home last weekend, so I'll try it again. This is Sunday, July 24th? Yes, 24th. So I'm gonna ramble from work to home, round two. Let's see how this goes. So last weekend I was talking about a couple different things in my rambling. Got a little, I think, off track near the end there, where I transitioned from World of Warcraft to about how I enjoy my hobbies versus, or how I enjoy my hobbies, passive versus critical. And reviewing the video and the footage, I feel like I got off track there. So, who knows if I'll get off track again. But to touch on subjects broached last week, I did wind up picking up resubscribing back to World of Warcraft. Unfortunately, I've since learned that the local gas station no longer provides subscription cards from their loyalty program, so I guess I'm SOL on that. So I wound up just dropping $15 and renewed for a month, and been trying out some of the changes and the Legion pre-patch. So all the mechanic changes, all the class changes to the different classes in World of Warcraft, that all went live on Tuesday. So from Sunday to Tuesday, I'd been playing my mage and leveling her from 80 something to 90 something. I think from 86 to 92 is about where I got her. Was running around as an arcane mage for a little while, and then tried out fire spec for a little while, and then the patches dropped. The singular patch dropped, and a lot of neat, kind of fun, I think, changes to mage. Mage has never been my main in World of Warcraft. My World of Warcraft history has been Hunter, Death Knight, Druid have been my big mainstays. When Monk came out, I've studied martial arts for a while. I've never dedicated myself, sadly, to hitting the beginning of being the penultimate student at a black belt. I've never gotten that far, and unfortunately, weight and health issues, I think, have just prevented me from progressing to that. But monks as a class in general in any games have always intrigued me, and specifically monks, not just, say, unarmed rogues that choose to do an unarmed fighting style, or warriors that do unarmed fighting, but martial artists, monk type characters in specific. So when Mr. Pandera came out and they released the monk class there, I'd given that a try and I liked it somewhat. And the monk class in World of Warcraft is also a healing, tanking, and DPS class. And when I started getting serious into the druid, I started playing druid specifically with the intent of learning to play a significant support class beyond just damage. I guess you don't really classify a damage class, a DPS class, as support. But I wanted to do something that was supportive, that was would provide for a raid type setting more than just doing the best DPS I possibly could. So I went to Druid. The thought of dropping heal over times was appealing, just to kind of set it and forget it style of healing. Okay, and heal over time for you, heal over time for you, you get a hot, and you get a hot. And I really did like the Druid style of healing. And I tried all the other healing classes, and for a while I was trying to Paladin heal because they had pretty powerful single target heals. Eventually I did try a priest healing class in World of Warcraft, and I found that I like healing classes. I like being able to contribute to the success of the group by helping other people stay alive. I'm not sure how I'd feel about, say, a buff or a support class that worked by buffing and debuffing, by making my allies stronger and making my enemies weaker. Red Mage from Final Fantasy 11 comes to mind as a debuffer. Anyway, I went back into World of Warcraft, and I like the new systems. I wasn't so married to the old stuff. I wasn't super deep into what Warlords of Draenor was offering from a gameplay mechanical standpoint. They've changed Death Knights. No longer have 2 of each of the runes. It's now just 6 kind of generic death runes, and your abilities now are specific to your class. They have finally gotten to the point where each class having a specific spec throughout your in-game career isn't as critical to your play. You can now change between your 3 specializations. I think. I haven't actually double-checked and verified all this, but it seems like if you don't want to be a fire mage, you can switch that specific specialization slot to arcane or frost, and the only downside to it is that you have to have the mats to rechange your talents, which is neat. World of Warcraft, Blizzard have have over the years decided to make World of Warcraft more accessible, and this is just the next step in accessibility. Yet you still have to go through the grind to get flying in Draenor. You win some accessibility arguments, you lose some. So I'm playing World of Warcraft a little bit. I'm sticking to DPS because DPS is a good place for me to learn the new mechanics of the game. Okay, here's how I fight at range on a mage. Here's how I fight at close on a melee class, the Death Knight. I'll probably at some point decide I want to go back to playing a healing class and get back on my druid. We'll see how that goes. But I'm having fun with that. I also talked about board gaming last week, and I just picked up Mystic Vale and had tried a solo game before having to go to work. Monday night, this last Monday, got it out to the board game meet up at our local GameStop, and honestly, I was there specifically just to play Mystic Vale, and I did. All night, that was all I played. It wasn't like a specific exclusion of, nope, do you want to play Mystic Vale? No, I don't want to play anything else. But the first game was very much, I walk into the store and another player was like, you got it? What? Mystic Vale, you got it? Of course I got it. Come on, let's go set it up. Let's start playing. So I wasn't the only one excited to give it a try, and I would say it was a success. Everybody that played it enjoyed it. My second game, at least 2 of the other players were both asking, how much was the game, how much was it retail, where could I get it. Both of them were of the opinion that the game was going to be popular either in their own personal play groups, or the one player was very enthusiastic that he felt his wife was going to be super into playing it, so that was good. So I would say Mystic Vale was a huge success. And since last week, I've also went ahead and bit the bullet on picking up Valeria Card Kingdoms, a game that another player has shown me that has brought to board gaming night and demoed, and we played, and in my opinion it does the mechanics of Machi Koro, wherein you buy cards from a collective store or location, you build your own tableau, but how the game progresses is through rolls of dice. And the way it improves upon Machi Koro, where in Machi Koro the mechanic is the active player rolls dice, and whatever the dice add up to, singular or 2 dice, whatever the number rolled is how everybody's tableau interacts. So if you roll 1 die, 1 through 6 will activate cards that you have bought in prior. Well, Valeria Card Kingdom expands upon that by you have all the cards available to pick from, and they all have they're all numbered 1 through 12, and every active player rolls 2 dice, and instead of being just the singular sum of the dice being how you interact, you look at every number. So you roll 2 dice. So a 1 activates the 1 card, the 4 activates the 4 card, and the total of 1 and 4, creating 5, activates the 5 card. Bug. And certain cards will activate differently depending on if it's your turn, if you're the active player and you've rolled the dice, versus if somebody else is the active player, they'll give you a different effect. So I really like that. And in addition to having a tableau of cards numbered 1 through 12 that you purchase to gather resources, you gather you gather gold to buy cards, you generate might to attack enemies, and then there's a third resource, mana, which is a wild card, but it must be used in conjunction with, so you can't use mana strictly as gold. You must use a gold and then strengthen it with mana to make. So instead of 1 gold, you have 1 gold, and so much mana will have. And there's tons of reviews out there for Valeria. I don't know why I'm going off into it, because I'm excited. I've got the game on order. It's on the way. I also did pick up Betrayal at the House on the Hill after having played that and realizing that I really love and enjoy that game. That's going in my collection. I'm probably going to have to look at getting another milk crate, because I'm going to now have a selection of games with me at all times that I go, these are the games I want to play. I will try out anything else that's new and interesting, but from my collection of games, 2 milk crates worth. And then just as a final thought, as I'm getting close to home, there is going to be a Milwaukee Comic Con at one of our local halls. Anyway, there's going to be a Comic Con at a relatively small location today, and Angie, my wife, had said earlier this week that she'd like to go. Like, maybe give me a little more than 1 week's notice to go see something cool like this, but yeah, we'll go. We'll have a little bit of discretionary income, not as much as maybe I had a little more advance notice, but whatever. When the wife says she wants to participate in something that aligns with my interests, that really are becoming mainstream interests, why would I say no? It's something I would like to do myself. It is something that she has taken upon herself to express interest, and has basically said, hey, I would like to go do this thing. I've got to support that. So the wife says she wants to go see a nerd thing, we're going to go see a nerd thing. Wife says she wants to go see a video game thing, we'll go see a video game thing. Wife says she wants to go see a religious thing, I will support her to the best of my ability, but you all know I'm not that into religion. But I'm into whatever makes my wife happy. Well, there we go. Entirely too long, going from work. I'm just about pulling into home. So I will go ahead and end this with a thanks for watching. I'll probably load this one up. Catch you later. Bye.